Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is Knights of the Round Table podcast. I'm Harry Pitts, and today we've got RoseKitty, Iceilla, and a special guest in the studio with us today. We've got C. What's up, C?
What's going on? Thank you for having me, y'all.
All day long, dude. What's going on, Cell and Rose? How are y'all doing?
I'm doing just peachy. Yourself?
Doing great.
Doing rather well.
All right, so today, basically, we're going to be just having a conversation with C, finding out what he enjoys in gaming, finding out, telling what we enjoy in gaming as well. So, C, what are some of your favorite titles out there?
Come again, I didn't hear you.
What are some of your favorite titles that are out there?
Oh man, Madden, although American Truck Simulator now, my new baby fell in love with that. And Modern Warfare. Oh, I'm big on Modern Warfare. So, like, I got a small group. I used to love Need for Speed, but I'm waiting for them to do some more. Like, it's time to upgrade on Need for Speed, but so far that's it about it right now.
Yeah, some really good titles in that. So you're pretty much an all-around gamer, a little bit of everything. I'm right there with you, man.
Yeah.
You mentioned every game you mentioned is AAA, nice games. I like the indies too, though. It's just something about those that just horrible graphics and great stories.
Yeah.
Undertale's a prime example of that one, I think. Great story, but going back to the 8-bit graphics, great nod to it. Just goes to show as long as the story's enjoyable.
Exactly. Look at the older Final Fantasy games.
Oh,
best stories
yes.
out there. Horrible graphics, great stories.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm not a big Final Fantasy person, but I love the Final Fantasy games just for the stories.
Yeah, that's in the top 5 of all time in gaming. Period. Like you cannot go wrong with that.
After Final Fantasy III, I lost interest with it, but the first two, just phenomenal storytelling.
Yes.
So, if you had to choose either story or awesome graphics with great gameplay, what would you choose?
Like if I'm doing single player, I would definitely go for the stories because the stories, that's what gets you. But if I'm doing like multiplayer, I'll probably go for the graphics. Because with story, it's personal with you, you and the character. So if we go on single player, I definitely go with the story than the graphics. But if we go in multiplayer, then I'll go with graphic because it's just everybody playing and you want to have the best quality.
Indeed. With most games, they sacrifice one for the other. And personally, I personally enjoy a great story. But I also enjoy great graphics and great gameplay. So, I mean, if the game doesn't have a good mixture of all three, I pretty much lose interest after like an hour of gameplay. If it's just got the story or if it's just got the graphics. But like you said, if it's multiplayer, I'll forgive the story being crap, but the gameplay being good. Sorry, go ahead.
Jinx, you first.
Like with the World of Warcraft Battlegrounds, there's no stories to those. You just go in and just kick the snot out of everybody else in there. And that's the whole story to it. Whereas you go in for like a raid or a dungeon, there's always a story inside the raid, dungeon, the open world. But you go into the PvP areas, there's no story there. And I kind of like that, but I wish that they were to add stories with it.
Yeah, that sort of reminds me of the whole let's go back to Draenor when we had Ashran. You actually got some of the Alliance soldiers going, why are we fighting?
Yep. All right, so Killer, if you had to choose out of any game style like RPG, shooter, racing games, which game would you say top notch is your hands down favorite? Style of game.
Wow, that's a tough one. I would say I would definitely probably go with shooters.
Shooters, and
Yeah.
out of all of the titles out there, which is your favorite?
Oh man. Ooh, I must. Oh, that's right. See, for right now, modern day, I probably have to go with Grand Theft Auto or Modern Warfare. But like, if we go way back in the days to like Double Dragon and stuff, then yeah. But
Then it would be a fighting game like Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat or yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
got a question for you. See?
yeah,
You say you're into shooter games. Well, what type of shooter are you? Close range? Are you a sniper? What kind are you?
me, I kind of put mine like versatile. Like I can snipe, but I like to run around close range, get you sometime. It depends on the atmosphere that I'm in. You know, if I'm in like in a big map, yeah, I'm a do both a little bit of sniping and then all up on you. But most of the time, basically, I'm in your face. I'm running by you.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm more of a. Whenever I play shooter games, I'm more of a sniper myself.
Yes, he's a camper.
Oh man, yeah, campers get me. Yeah, they get me upset. I ain't gonna lie, they get me upset, man. Because I be like, man, because especially when you're in a good winning streak, here they come, they snipe you, and then you get frustrated because you don't know where they at, and then when you find them, yeah. But I love the face. I'm gonna come get you.
All right, so if you had to pick any driving game, what would be your number one title of all time?
Hmm. Uh, woo. I haven't drove a racing car game since Need for Speed. Woo. Um. Right now, I gotta go with Truck Simulator. 'Cause
Truck
that's the only
Simulator.
yeah. 'Cause right now, that's the only up to date one I have drove. Because after Need for Speed, and I really never got into the racing car games like that, like I should. I mess around it here and there, but nothing serious. So I must say, right now, I gotta go with Truck Simulator because that's where I am at this moment. But before that, it was Need for Speed.
Need for Speed. And if you were to get into the racing style games, would you be the aggressive driver or the driver that hangs back a little ways and then just ends up in the front of the pack? What would be your style?
I'll probably be both because I believe sometimes you gotta be aggressive in certain areas in your racing, and then sometimes you gotta be smart, know when to hang back. So I have to say both of them because I'm very finesse in what I do. I'm very strategic with what I do. So I plan and I attack. So yeah, I will be both aggressive and hang back.
Nice. Uh, did you ever play any like RPGs, like World of Warcraft or Diablo or Destiny or any of those? Of course, Destiny kind of falls under shooter, not so much RPG.
Um, I s- I I try to do World of Warcraft, but at that moment, at that time, it was the graphic that got me. at that moment, but not knowing what it is today, how big it would have been. So, but yeah, I tried it because my cousin, they're very big fans with that, and I tried it, but it wasn't my take at the moment. And I wish I would have got into it like now, especially now. That's like my downfall in that part. That I wish I would have did it when I first got introduced to it. I should have continued it, but unfortunately I didn't. And it's like, wow, it sucked, because people talk about it, and you can't really relate to them like that.
Yeah, I
Man,
know
you kick
exactly
you
what you
kick
mean.
yourself in the butt.
Well, it's interesting to think about how variant it is, even with gamers, that it's, our experiences can influence how we interact with other gamers. People who've played Fortnite are able to interact with something they understand about gamer culture that people who don't play Fortnite might. And based on these bastions that we stick to is how we interact with other gamers. There's a whole console versus PC thing, and how often do people go, well, I'm only an adventure player, or I'm only a shooter player, or
I was
really.
sorry,
No,
Rose.
go ahead.
I was only a console player for the longest time. Like my first console was a PlayStation 2, and
Yeah.
I only played adventure games, and then I got into racing games, and then all of a sudden, like all my friends are going, "Oh, try World of Warcraft." World of Warcraft was my second PC game ever. My first PC game was Grand Fantasia. If you want
That was
to
a
talk,
fun one.
if you want to talk about a game with little story and little graphics, there you go. It was fun, but it offered just enough of something.
Yeah.
It's just interesting to see how those kind of cause us to interact differently. I mean, even though many different games are kind of going sandbox and that they're open world, Pokemon, Link, Mario, these basic platformers or dungeon crawlers now becoming something more. It's interesting that, I think most of the gaming community has come to this understanding that it's about us being able to be creative as gamers rather than what the game creator presents, what we can do with their idea.
Yes, and that is so true. It's just like you said, Mario Kart, because I believe they're coming out with a new one now, right? They're revamping it now.
I think so. I know that the Mario Dungeon Maker and the Super Mario World are both sandbox platformers.
Yeah, and look where Mario came from to now. Like, when on console that was like the biggest thing, and then now it's just shifting to like the graphics is about to be amazing of it. It's like it's coming to life now, and that's what I love about it. Like they're bringing a lot of back in the games from back in the days to the future now, and they're enhancing it. And like you said, it's opened up to be an open world, and that's like Sim. Like I was a big Sim fan. I love that game. You know, so it's just amazing how they come along and what we can do with it. Like you said, like we make the game. Like
I got a question for you, see?
yeah,
What would you call yourself more? Are you more of a console player or are you more of a PC player?
it's funny you say that. I just converted over to PC because of what you could do with a PC with a game with the modded. Even though I don't know how to mod yet, but just the variety of mode you can do on a PC than a console. But like I always love a PS was my first love. A PlayStation was my first love. Then I switched over to Xbox.
Oh, someone
But
after my heart.
yeah, so but I love like they all have their own style, but all around when you look in the gaming world and what you can do, I gotta say PC right now have the upper hand on PC, PlayStation, the Xbox, and any other console. PC is the way to go because it's so much you can do and it's unlimited. And not only that, you can use your PC for anything with your gaming. work, everything. So it's all in one. So yeah, I think PC is the best way to go at this point in time.
Well, you know what I still find hilarious about PC versus console?
The
What's
fact
that?
that console think it has a dog in the race.
No, I was gonna say Minecraft. Oops, sorry, Minecraft. Whoops. You heard. Minecraft. On the PlayStation 3, you only got one little map. It got switched to the PlayStation 4. Now you can go, like, you got an even bigger map where you need multiple maps. However, and that was a huge thing. However, then you point out to the people who played it on the PlayStation 4 going, this is so big. Yeah, PC is open world, literally. There is no map big enough for you.
As long as the hard drive has enough space, you can do anything you want with it, as opposed to the adorable little PlayStations that you constantly upgrade.
It's unlimited. That's how I put it. I put PC's unlimited world. And, you know, it doesn't get no better than that. Unlimited anything you want to do.
Unlimited calling, unlimited texting, unlimited gaming. There we go.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I'll admit I grew up on Nintendo, so I started there first, but I also grew up with the Performa from the old Macintosh side playing StarCraft and Warcraft Orcs versus Humans. So it was definitely the shift. It's like PC requires a different style of control over your hands, almost like a pianist, but the console's completely different style of grip, completely different control, and it's interesting to see just how the reaction times differ, let alone like when you put somebody playing, say, Overwatch with a PC and the quick reaction times of the mouse versus, say, the reaction times on a console controller, even just the data at which the signal processes can dramatically change your gameplay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, but you also brought up another interesting point. Not only is that a thing, but the different consoles is also a thing. The different controls for the different consoles. Because the Xbox controller and the PlayStation controller are different.
Yes, and that's the. I was just about to say that, and it goes for, you know, like me personally. I think I always all time saying a PS controller is better comfortable than an Xbox controller. So it was like when you switched over from Xbox to PS, it was kind of hard with the joystick. But now you on PC, you can use whichever one you want to make you feel comfortable in playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you don't even have to use your keyboard or a gaming mouse. You can just hook up a controller to the computer and away you go.
You know, you can take it even one step further than that. You can get you some of those VR goggles and use your hands as controllers and actually be able to see what you're doing.
Now all we need to do is have the computer hook up a projection with the all-terrain treadmill that goes 360 degrees and we're golden.
So I guess we all talking about PC is the best.
Exactly.
Well, I mean,
It hurts. It hurts to say it, but I have to say PC is the best. Not only that, but a PC, you don't have to worry about getting the next console. You just gotta make sure your computer's up to date. That's it. Otherwise, it's like, let's put it this way. With my PlayStation 4, I got the collector's edition Uncharted skin for the PlayStation 4. Love this thing. My PlayStation 4 is almost crapped out now because apparently it has overheated one too many times. I would have to buy a whole new PlayStation just to keep playing my games.
Yep.
Console, like a computer, it overheats, it shuts down, you let it cool off, or you take it into a shop and the shop goes, oh, we can replace this part for you. Replace part. There you go. Sweet.
And
Yep.
I think much like the gaming itself, the reason the PC has the advantage is because it is what we can do with it. It's the customization. Because even if you don't want to build a monstrous beast of a tower or a laptop, you can still figure out what you want and build it or have somebody build it so it fits you. And that alone makes it so you can get it tuned for the types of games you play, the types of environments you want to interact in. You know, if you're playing a fighting game, you may not necessarily want to do VR in something like Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat reskin. But for other games you can, and that's why the PC works so well, is because the consoles, like I love my Switch, but it will only ever be a Switch. My PC will be whatever monster I turn it into because of what's in it.
Yep. Now back on the subject of shooters. Has anybody in here ever played Rainbow Six New Vegas 2?
Not New Vegas 2.
Rainbow Six, but not the latest one.
This one's an older one. The Siege one, I'm not too big of a fan of it. It just, there's no story mode to it. It's all just basically multiplayer terrorist hunt, and that's all that it is. There's no storyline. There's no, you don't get to know the characters. You don't, all you do is just run and gun the whole time and break down walls.
Yeah. You gotta have like today that you gotta have a good storyline with it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't play it, but even if you just play multiplayer, but at least it's a good storyline on single player. Because after a while, you get tired of playing multiplayer. Sometimes you just want to play alone. You just want to go through a story mode. You know what I'm saying? You want to see what happened in the story.
Or you're me and you have no siblings. Most of your friends aren't gamers. Most of your my friends aren't gamers. And when you mention, hey, do you want to play this game? How do you jump? The X button. Which one's the X button? The blue button. What? Okay.
Yeah. Remember those days.
Especially when you did have a friend who was a gamer and they played Xbox and you played PlayStation. How do you jump? The X button. What? Okay, let me see the Xbox controller. Which one is it on the Xbox controller?
It's freaking true.
Oh, you brought back a lot of memories, yeah. A lot of frustrated memories.
Which one's the camera and which one's running?
Quick question: who here remembers the Nintendo and Super Nintendo when something would go wrong with your game, you just pull the cartridge out of the system, blow in it, and put back in? Who here remembers those days?
I still have one sitting next to me.
Oh yeah, and you gotta slam it too. Sometimes you have to slam it in.
Oh, you know what I love? PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 3 games. You have a scratch on that disc, a bit of toothpaste.
Yep.
A bit of toothpaste, and that was it. You were great. Anything else now? I have a scratched disc. Shit.
Well, with like Nintendo and Super Nintendo, heck, our parents, when they got it, would get us those systems and those games. They're like, it's yours. There was no, I need to take it to the repair shop. It's, I am the repair shop. I better fix this so I can play my game.
Yes.
And so in retrospect, thank you, Nintendo, for making me a better tech guy.
That is true.
Yeah, though Nintendo did hit a speed bump at one spot. I will admit, I have the world's most expensive paperweight from them.
Is it a Wii?
Yeah,
it's a Wii.
Yeah, what sound does the Nintendo Wii make when you throw it out the window? Wii! Wii! Yep.
I haven't touched the game in forever. The only games I've played on the Wii Like I had Metroid the Other M. I can't tell you how frustrated I got with that game. I actually threw that game out a window at one point in time.
Was it as good as the original?
No, it doesn't. According to a lot of people, it does not exist. It was, you screw up at any point, you might as well just restart the game over because you'll never find where you screwed up. So the only games I played on the Wii were Find It Murder Mystery Game and pinball, because I wasn't allowed to have an actual pinball machine.
Alrighty, so thank you, listeners, for tuning in with us for this episode. As said before, I'm Harry Pitts, and this has been Knights of the Roundtable podcast. If you enjoyed this listening experience, make sure to hit that like button. Tell us about it in the comments below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Any last words from anybody before we close out?
All I said, thank you all again for having me on. I enjoyed myself. It was a privilege and an honor. And hey man, I love y'all guys, and just keep rocking.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, Killer, before we close this out, C-Man, you on social media like YouTube, Twitch, any streaming service or video service?
Not yet. Coming soon though. Coming soon.
Alrighty. Well, when you're on there, we'll bring you back on here and help you promote your channel a bit. All right. So, Iceilla, what is your YouTube stuff?
I am Iceilla Nightbane. Come follow me over on YouTube. Link should be in the description below. I mostly do art stuff, so logos, flags, stuff like that. Feel free to take a look, and if you have any suggestions on what you want me to draw, then feel free.
RoseKitty.
I'm RoseKitty Pie, or RoseKitty3141 on YouTube and Twitch, and if it's not streaming music, it will probably be starting up at least on Twitch, streaming Eve or Overwatch and Heroes.
And I am on Nerd Life Gaming on YouTube. Come by, check it out. Check out all these channels, y'all. And if y'all haven't subscribed to them yet, go ahead and do so. Thank y'all so much for listening. Have a great day.
Happy hunting.